town in Ansan, Gyeonggi province is a hub of ethnic Koreans who moved from Central Asia. People gather one by one to a basement classroom where Korean is taught. The small room quickly fills up. Extra chairs on the hallway are not enough. While others go to bed at 10:20 p.m, this is the only free time these workers have as they work late into the night. Yuri Kang, an ethnic Korean from Uzbekistan, said she worked until 9 p.m. and she's here to learn Korean. In this tiny cell, where she gets a few hours of sleep after a day's work, she has put up a Korean vocabulary list on the wall to study. Nadezhda Kim, another ethnic Korean from Uzbekistan, says they are still Koreans and they need to speak proper Korean. They are desperate to learn Korean to survive and work in Korea and live with native Koreans. Kim Jin-young, an instructor of Hangul School for Ethnic Koreans, said they feel sorry for their ignorance of the Korean language and are desperate to learn. Koreans who were transferred to Central Asia had some 150 years of a nomad life. The language of their mother country yet remains their ethnic root. Thousands of Japanese enjoyed a rare opportunity to see blossoming cherry trees in a part of the Imperial Palace that has been opened to the public for the Emperor's 80th birthday. Officials of the Imperial Household Agency recently opened up Inui-dori Road, which is about 600 meters long. More than 54,000 people visited it. The officials say more than 51,000 people also visited last Saturday morning. They say the emperor was also hoping the people will be able to see what the palace looks like in different seasons. Emperor Akihito turned 80 last December. A collection of works by the famed Japanese cartoon artist Osamu Tezuka can now be viewed online. Internet search engine Google on Monday unveiled the collection from the Osamu Tezuka Manga Museum in Takarazuka City. Monday was the birthday of Astro Boy, one of Tezuka's most popular series. Google offers free access to historic documents and other materials online. This is the first time Google has featured an artist from the cartoon genre on its Cultural Institute site. A ceremony was held at the museum. The Google Cultural Institute site offers free access to images of the late cartoon artist's major works divided by era. More than 170 items can be viewed, including Tezuka's printed materials, original manuscripts, and photographs from his work and life. Visitors to the site can also take a virtual tour of the Cartoon Museum through a video that offers panoramic views. Institute Director Amit Sood said unveiling Tezuka's work is a significant step. He said he hopes to introduce more cartoon and anime as they are cultural assets of Japan.
It is very important that today children around the world will be able to see it. Go Atmo!
The Hong Kong Performing Industry Association is calling on the government to build a new performance venue that can accommodate an audience of 35,000. A new venue, it says, will be crucial to raising Hong Kong's status as an international hub. Hong Kong's biggest performance venue, the Asia World Expo, can accommodate an audience of 14,000. The Performing Industry Association, or PIA, says this is not enough. It is pushing for an indoor venue that can host 35,000 concert goers.
We're not talking about now, but in 2 years' time, when all the other cities has built their own venue, their big venue, then Hong Kong would be really behind the whole schedule.
That is because Hong Kong faces competition from places such as Singapore, where 55,000-seat new Singapore National Stadium is due to open later this year, and Seoul's Go Cheok Dome, which will have a capacity of 50,000 seats when it enters service next year. The Performing Industry Association is eyeing part of the Kai Tak development project as a potential site for building an easily accessible performance venue. A study by the Hong Kong Polytechnic University says a new facility with a seating capacity of 35,000 would contribute additional economic benefits of $5.2 billion to the local economy. A survey by the PIA shows that 89% of the 250 tourists surveyed picked Hong Kong as their favorite city to watch performances. The association is confident that the new performance venue would not only boost the economy but also raise Hong Kong's international status by attracting more tourists and world-class performers. China-made robot specially used for surgery has been put into use recently in Changsha, central China's Hunan province. Kong Kang, a researcher of the surgical robot from Tianjin University, introduced a robot that has 3 mechanical arms. The one in the middle is equipped with an endoscope, which works like human's eye, and the 2 arms on both sides do major surgical movements like cutting or sewing with centimeters-long mechanical hands. Kong says the mechanical hands can move freely in such a small space. This is a rather big technical difficulty even in foreign countries. The robot was developed by units including Tianjin University and Central South University. China has the complete intellectual property rights of the robot, which belongs to the first-generation surgical robots. The robot performed the first operation on a patient successfully on March 26th in the 3rd Xiangyang Hospital of South Central University. Li Zheyi, the patient, said she had a sound sleep in the night without pain or discomfort. She could even go to the toilet by herself the next morning. Yibo, a surgeon in charge of Central South University, said they will use the surgical robot to perform normal operations of appendicitis, cholecystitis, gastric perforation, which are kind of simple enterocochlear operations. Then they will try more complicated ones. Surgical robots can perform an operation more accurately compared to traditional operation methods. They are widely used in general surgery, urinary surgery, and gynecology, but the fees are really high since the technology had been monopolized by European or American companies. Yi said using the China-made robot, a normal enterocochlear operation will cost about 1,000 yuan, but the fee will surpass 10,000 yuan with the same sort of robot made by other countries. Remote controls come in all shapes and sizes, but one startup in India is developing a device that turns the human hand into a control pad. Rohildev Natukalingal, founder of the startup RHL Vision, is in the process of developing his latest product. Fin is a device worn on the thumb that uses the palm of your hand as an interface. It connects to various devices via Bluetooth and has pre-programmed gestures, for example, adjusting volume, sending text, dialing phone numbers, sharing files, or taking photos. The ring is flexible and can be adjusted depending on the size of the thumb of the user. The potential applications of the device are many. Examples provided by the company include adjusting the volume or changing channels on a smart TV by swiping your thumb in a particular direction, acting as a game controller, or controlling your smartphone while driving. It is compatible with iOS, Android, and Windows. Natukalingal says the device is based on the premise that the thumb can access any area on the palm.
We are working with touchless technologies past around 2 years, and we found that people won't use that kind of gestures for interacting with the smart devices, because gestures are using for driving our one task to another very quickly. So we found that the waving hand or any other kind of gestures that won't work for normal people to interact with their system. So that's why we have developed this device, Fin. The thumb can accessible to anywhere on the palm. So we thought about how we can track the movement of thumb as well as where we are touching, and that we can convert to different gestures. So, because that will be very natural, because all the people are using that kind of gestures in their smartphone.
Fin is one of thousands of ideas in development at the 450 startup companies in the Startup Village on the outskirts of Kochi in India. The business incubator aims to launch more than 1,000 technology startups over the next 10 years. Fin is expected to be launched in late 2014.
The future of the product is we are focusing to integrate with all the automation systems like home automation, automobile, and extra, and the cost of the Fin will be $120.
The built-in sensors in Fin allow it to track its movement in relation to the palm. It can distinguish between each segment of the finger and convert your palm into a numerical keypad. Gestures are then translated into commands for various devices that are transmitted via Bluetooth 4.0. Fin has a LED indicator and runs on lithium-ion battery that can be recharged through a micro USB port, with each charge providing a month of use according to RHL Vision. The company claims the ring is dust and waterproof. Mithun Mampuzha Piali is one of the many technicians working to develop Fin. He says Fin has a number of built-in sensors and they have to integrate them. This integration and the coding were the biggest challenges. The more sensors you add, the size of the device keeps increasing. So then they have to change components and bring the size down. That was a major challenge too. According to RHL Vision, future editions of Fin will have not only sophisticated models in many colors, but will also include an app that will allow users to customize their own gestures. Fin's creators also envision the device being of great assistance to the visually impaired. Wearable technology is a growing trend, with several gadgets featured in the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas earlier this year. Talmic Labs from Canada showed off a Bluetooth-enabled device called Mio that works by sensing muscle movement. The armband takes the place of the traditional mouse and keyboard. Thousands of cattle owners from villages across India are gathering at the town of Nagaur to trade their livestock. The dusty town in western Rajasthan comes alive with a riot of colors and sound every year early in February as it hosts one of the largest cattle fairs in India. Camels, cattle and horses all prepped and ready for purchase. Here at Nagaur's cattle fair, thousands of villagers from across the country have brought their livestock in the hope of a sale. According to the organizers, more than 50,000 bulls, camels, cows, buffaloes and horses are traded here every year. This 8-day-long fair is similar to the famous Pushkar Camel Fair, also in Rajasthan, but the range of animals traded here is much more diverse. Almost every animal has been lavishly decorated, and even their owners make an effort by donning colorful traditional attire and Rajasthani turbans. 50-year-old camel trader Durga Lal has been coming to the fair for many years. He says business is as good as usual. Another cattle seller, Ram Kishore, is a policeman by trade and a native of Nagaur, said cattle trading is his family vocation. For these much-in-demand horses, the price is negotiated based on the animal's lineage and breed. The highest price for a pedigree horse on sale at the fair is 1 million rupees. According to traders, the price of cows and camels varies from 150,000 rupees to 500,000 rupees. The government in Rajasthan is attempting to promote fairs like this to foreign tourists who travel here to visit the state's many forests and desert festivals. Dave and Louise Vernon from the United States are here on their first visit to India and say they have enjoyed viewing the fair. Cattle buyers like 71-year-old Sonpal is one of the hundreds of traders who buy cattle at the fair and then go on to sell them in neighboring states such as Uttar Pradesh. With the majority of Indians still dependent on agriculture and livestock farming, cattle fairs are a traditional method for trading and of community gatherings. The fair also features stalls selling colorful cattle accessories such as saddle covers, whips and anklets. At sunset, merchants sit around open fires to rest after a day of wheeling and dealing.